You're in my seat. Yes, you are. Hello. You're so cute. Are you cute? Look at that tail. Are you cute? Okay.
Leroy, down, down. Good boy. Good boy. Now you gotta be quiet. I can only do a video, okay? Well, hello everybody and welcome to another video. My name is Kim, if you haven't been here before. I haven't posted a video in about 6 months, I think. And that's because life has been going crazy. You can see one example of my life going crazy right here. We adopted him in May. His name is Leroy. He is a big old mix and we love him to bits. And other than getting a dog, my health has been kind of up and down these last couple months too. I hope to do an update video on that soon. And yeah, just a lot of changes going on, and I'll probably be revealing it to you as they come. But in this video, I want to talk about more self-care stuff. But yeah, I want to talk about what happened yesterday for me and how I handled it. So I thought I would sit down and talk to you about it. So yesterday after lunch, my husband and I were walking Leroy like we usually do. And we were about to be heading home, and this car slowed down, and there was an older woman in the car, and she decided to yell out the window at us. I'm not going to say what she yelled, just because I just don't want to relive it too much again. But yeah, she yelled something at us. It was mistaken. It was unwarranted. It was not justified, but it affected me very, very deeply. If you saw in my other video, I've told you guys that I am an empath. And when you are an empath, other people's emotional energies affect you much more deeply than the normal person. It's just we're a lot more sensitive to how people are feeling and their actions based on what they're feeling. So you can imagine when this person yelled at us that it hurt me right down to core. Like for me, I don't know if this is the case for other empaths, but it physically hurt me, like right in my core, like right here. And I knew when we were walking away, because we just ignored her and just walked away, didn't escalate it or anything. But I knew that if I didn't act quickly, that would this situation would be affecting the rest of my day, and I would be thinking about it for a really, really, really long time, and dealing with the emotional after shocks, so to speak, of it. And so I knew that when I got back, I needed to meditate. And even if you're not an empath and you're a normal, so-called normal person, when someone yells at you, it can affect you. And for me, especially since I'm also a codependent, I don't like being yelled at. I was definitely what you call a goody two-shoes growing up, and I really I followed the rules, and I did not like being yelled at. For this situation, I was yelled at, but it was unjustified, but it still affected me deeply because I don't like conflict. And so I knew when I got back to our apartment, I had to meditate. I had to rid myself of this negative emotional energy. So I did meditations that help with that, help you just to cut off that energy, to release that energy, to let go of that energy. Because it's really easy just to take something that happened and think about it over and over and over and over and over again. And that is definitely the case for me. I tend to think about situations that happened when I was a kid and that I still haven't been able to fully process and let go. So a situation that happened yesterday, I knew that I needed to deal with it. Otherwise, I'm going to be thinking about it like 3 years down the road. And nobody wants that. I don't need that emotional baggage in my life. And so, yeah, so I came back and I meditated, releasing the energy. And I was just thinking, saying like, okay, this energy is not my own. It was not my fault. I got yelled at. The reason I got yelled at was not justified. The fault was not in my own, as the fault was with the lady. Especially when you're a codependent, and I feel like being an empath has something to do with this too, and there's a tendency for codependents to end up being empaths too, just so you know. when it comes to codependence, we tend to think that other people's actions are our fault. And that is definitely not the case, and that is something that I've been trying to unroot, a belief, sub-belief within my soul that I've been trying to unroot. I'm definitely much better than I was a couple of years ago. But that was the point of the meditation. I needed to unroot myself from the sub-belief and really believe in my core that was not my fault, that I was yelled at. You know, we didn't do anything wrong. That lady was just obviously just having a bad day and wanting to spew some negative energy at other people, which is not healthy to begin with either. So anyway, and honestly, like, I did meditate for like a good hour, and it did take a couple hours after that for me to completely disconnect from it. And even talking about it now is not nearly as affecting me as it was before, as it was yesterday. So that is very good. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. So yeah, in a situation like this, I feel like I did okay. But I feel like with my meditations, I feel like I need to be a little bit more intentional, because I was thinking about it for like a good couple hours. And while I was meditating, it was very easy for my brain just go into scenarios. I'm like, what if this scenario was much worse? What if the scenario was escalated? What if we see this lady again? Stuff and more stuff like that. It's okay if thoughts like that like come up in meditation and you're not able to focus on the meditation. You are human. It has a tendency to happen. And eventually I just had to distract myself by doing something else, which is not ideal. Because distraction is one of the ways that I cope with emotions that I can't tolerate, or feelings or thoughts that I just can't process. It's awfully better to process in the moment and just to not carry the energy, the negative energy with you. Like, it's not your energy. You need to give it back. And so carrying the negative energy is not something you want to do. But, you know, I'm still in this process of learning how just to let go of the negative energy and everything. But yeah, for me, I feel like in the future, I would like to be able to like intentionally be able to release the energy much more quicker. But it's definitely a work in progress. I need to practice this more, for sure. But yeah, I've babbled on a lot. And what I want you to take away from this is that if somebody wounds you, whether it's somebody yelling at you or, you know, whatever, when someone wounds you, or when someone is transferring their negative energy onto you, you need to, as soon as possible, when you're able to get to a safe place by yourself, whenever possible, when you're able to, you need to release that negative energy. There's no point with you carrying it. Even if it was your fault, even if it was not your fault, there is no reason to carry someone's negative energy with you for the rest of your day, or for, you know, forever, you know. You don't want to be thinking about it for days, weeks, years, you know. You don't want to be thinking about that. And so whenever you're able to, I would just say, get to a place and just do some deep breathing. So breathe in and breathe out slowly throughout the mouth. And just do these deep breathings and just tell to yourself, saying, that was not my fault. This is not my energy. This is not my emotion. I don't want to carry this. I don't need to carry this. Just telling these things to yourself so your brain and your heart knows that they don't need this burden. We are burdened with so much crap these days and stuff, and you don't need extra. You don't need extra. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I hope it was coherent enough. I hope Leroy wasn't too distracting. But yeah, if you enjoyed this little tidbit from me, my talk about my own experience, definitely push that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, definitely push that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I hope to be posting more videos like this in the future. And hopefully I won't have a huge gap in between videos next time. But we'll see. You know how life can get. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.